Hi there. In this video, I'm going to talk about an antique that I own. It's this pewter tankard that I purchased some years back. I purchased it in Washington State, and I'm doing a little investigation to show what I find on it and what I've learned about it. First of all, I was calling it a mug previously, but I understand that tankards are a little bit larger. This is a liter tankard. It is French, and I'll show you how I know that here in a bit. You can see a lot of dents in it, scratches. These are signs of age and usage. There's a lot of signs of usage on this tankard. How I came about getting this is my wife and I were driving through a forest in Washington State, the areas to the west of Seattle that are islands or peninsulas, a lot of forested area. There was a really interesting restaurant out in a forest. As we were waiting for our table, we noticed that there was a really interesting antique store outside, that the owner of the restaurant owned this small antique store. So we went inside. I immediately saw this one, and I was very interested in it because I could tell that it's old, and I like things like this. I asked the owner how much, and it wasn't so much that I was trying to negotiate him down. He gave me a good price anyway, something around $39 or something, and but I think he wanted cash, and we didn't have enough cash on hand, so we made a counter offer, and I think I got it. I think he gave it to me for like $15. So I'm sure it was a very good deal. I felt a little guilty about taking it off his hands for that price, but he told me, if I sell this to you, I want you to try and figure out the history or anything you can figure out about it, because why would an old French tankard be in the American Northwest? Well, we know that there was a lot of fur trapping and trading going on in that area way back when, mainly the British. But it's entirely possible that an old pewter tankard could have landed somewhere in the American Northwest during that time period. So that's the story of this tankard, and I really enjoy, anyway, trying to investigate old things, trying to learn more about them. And I have no idea the value of this. I have no idea of the age of it. But let me show you more about it. So on the side, on the handle, you can see that it says liter, L-I-T-R-E. There were some smaller tankards or mugs that are demi-liter. They're about 5 inches tall. This one is about 7 inches tall, and it's about 3.5 inches in diameter. And that handle area is just perfect for my hand, my big hand. I can slide it right in there. It's 4 inches wide. And so super interesting, a lot of dents. The dents help to confirm the age of the pewter product. You can tell it was in heavy usage. There's a lot of scratches on it as well. When we look at the bottom of the tankard, you can see a maker's mark there stamped in, and I'll show you more about that in a second. But there's one other mark there that I want to show you. That letter A is scratched in. I understand that this could be an owner's mark. So whoever owned the pewter mug may have scratched the letter A in it to prove that it was theirs in case it ever went missing. It has their mark on it. On the inside of the mug, there are various stamps, but starting from right in front of that handle, there are some interesting scratches, circular, semicircle type scratches in there. I don't know if that was from some sort of hook, some hanging mechanism, or why I got those. You can see there's a letter H stamped in there. I understand that at periodic intervals, a government representative would come in and stamp the mugs to certify that they indeed claimed or held the amount of liquid that the owner claimed. So very strange that someone from the government would need to come in over periods of time and verify that the tankards still held the amount of liquid that was being sold in them or claimed to be sold in them. There are more marks inside the tankard on the inside rim. This is an imperial eagle. This on the left is a smaller, deeper stamp, and then this one on the right is directly across from the handle. It's a little bit more of an outline, but you can see that it's an eagle with a crown on top. I understand the imperial eagle came. I'm no expert, but from what I've read, it was around the time of Napoleon. The imperial eagle, symbol of the French Empire. More marks on the inside of the tankard. The fleur-de-lis, the French fleur-de-lis symbol, stamped 3 times. Again, not sure if that was 3 different periods in a row where they were using the fleur-de-lis instead of the letters. I have no idea. There's another imperial eagle stamped on the inside, moving around on the edge of the rim on the inside. And then there's this S and L on the inside as well. Actually, the S and L is on the outside. It's on the outside of the mug. That L is really interesting. It looks like the bottom of the L is somehow folded under the metal. I have no idea why. And the S, it looks like an S. I don't know if that is really an S. It's a strange shape, almost like a fishing hook or something. Moving on around the outside, there's a letter K, or a stylized version of the letter K. There's the letters MNOP, maybe four successive years where they were using those letters, MNOP, to certify the tankard. Going to the bottom again, the maker's mark is super interesting. It's hard to read now, but I believe what it says is Brûlé, P or F or B, Brûlé, P, Aubry, Le Boucher, number 61A, Paris. Brûlé, the word comes from, it means like a shrubbery or grove of plants or an orchard encased by a wall, but it's probably a family name or the name of the person that made it. Aubry is road, and Le Boucher means the butcher. So this is apparently from the Butcher Road in Paris, number 61A was, I guess, the address. If we look at the word brûlé, I found that there was actually a pewter tin maker named Francis Brûlé, spelling slightly different, but he typically put the mark you see on the right side, a hammer with the initials FB, and I guess SGA is Saint Germain. I don't find this actual mark on my tankard, but maybe it's him. No idea. If I look where Saint Germain en Laye is in the Paris area, it's 30 kilometers to the west of Paris city center. And the reason I mentioned Paris city center, if you look at the letter P on the right, where it says Paris, where that little island that it's on there, the letter P, that's where Notre Dame Cathedral is. And the reason I mentioned that is because if I zoom in on that area where the Notre Dame Cathedral is on the city island there, just 2 blocks north of there is Aubry Le Boucher in Paris, where apparently this tankard came from. And there's a little picture there on the right of what it looks like today, a portion of it. I couldn't find number 61. It looks like the Aubry Le Boucher today goes from numbers 4 to 24, but it's the modern day. So maybe it came from this area. Maybe it was from this gentleman, Brûlé. Maybe not. I don't know. But super interesting. I'd love to know how old this is. I don't really have a plan to sell it. It's a great knickknack for me to keep and tell stories about. And thanks for listening. And maybe I'll do another one on some other items that I own. If you have any feedback or any information about this tankard, about the Maker's Mark, or anything, uh, please put it in the comments. I'm super interested in knowing more about it. Thanks. Bye.